Hello everyone, as you can tell from the thumbnail of this video, I'm not very fond of Final Fantasy VII Remake. However, don't get me wrong, it is not trash. I'm not saying it's garbage and no one should play it. I mean, just look at this game. This game looks so good and it was developed on Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, take that Unreal Engine 5 and your unoptimized ass. Okay, so let me break it down to you guys what I do like about the game. The graphics. This game's intro immediately hooked me as I was like, damn, I can run this game 60 FPS stable looking this good. The character movement, facial animations are amazing. The world design is beautiful. Honestly, I was intrigued from the first part. It immediately hit you with action and heist to destroy the reactor core. Honestly, I played this on my friend's PS5 because I was curious, and I was left a bit underwhelmed by this game like 2 years ago. I'll talk more about that later. The music. As it is accustomed to Japanese developers, of course they would have fire music. They did not have to go this hard. Yeah, the music for the action and the emotional moments alike are all very impressive. And I think the gameplay looks cool. I think it's unique how they combine turn-based with real-time action gameplay. But that's about it. Like the story, mission, and gameplay design infuriates me to no end. Okay, let me begin. Let's start with the obvious one. The mission design is so lazy. Like, I'm surprised no one pointed this out from other game reviewers, or most of them just downplay it because the main story is amazing and should look past it. But like, the side quest is not even underwhelming, it's disappointing and just plain boring. I know the whole it's an RPG and you're an overqualified merc and I need you to find me 5 cats and those type of fetch quests, but I expect that from Ubisoft, Bethesda, or frankly any other open world games that are massive for the sake of being massive. I feel like this game is the literal embodiment of more is less. This game is linear and separated into chapters, so like the side quest could have been so much better, like building the lore for new players like me. Why do I have to research to find out that this remake only covers 5 to 6 hours of content from the original? The only entertaining games are the mini games like the VR missions, the squad, and the pull-up mini game. Which leads me to my second point. The gameplay design is so annoying, and it's obvious that they padded the game's length by making the bosses bullet sponges, and the level design is so annoying, like it feels like going in circle. Not the fact that you have to backtrack the sewers again with a character that is not even vital, but they added this spouse for emotional impact that didn't work because I don't even remember his name at the top of my head at least. And he lied to you about the key being in that pouch. I want my 30 minutes back from this scripted lazy ass padded section. And I feel like they broke one of the most known rules of game design, which is the rule of 3. Never make a player do anything more than 3 times of the same thing. Everything just feels like padding from the levels to the story events so that people feel and see that they've spent a number of hours in this game for all the wrong reasons. And my last point is, I'm gonna be real honest here, like I thought I would care for Tifa or Aerith, but all I did was yawn during their segments. This is coming from a guy that played all 3 Persona games, which is basically listening to people's problems the game. And the goal is to level up their relationship. Or maybe there is no stakes in the story. You mean to tell me that a whole plate is being dropped from the sky to whole district, and Aerith keeps getting blocked by story events, which is another petting method by the way. Not only that, but she found another child and she carries that child to safety while walking. Like, hello, everyone is evacuating. Read the room. Everyone surrounding you are running, bro. Run. And once she does find Marlene, Aerith had the time just to talk to her first and calm her down, even though like the rest is fighting for their lives just to add seconds to prevent the inevitable. If there is no plot armor, in my headcanon they both died, like how Tom Cruise died going out of the submarine in the last Mission Impossible movies. They fooled us into thinking that Wedge died a couple of times. Only for him to die for real in the end due to the whispers.
For Biggs! For Jesse! Tifa! And Barrett too! Ah, I'm sorry, Cloud. Ah. Just tell me that I made a difference.
Nope.
Talking about the whispers, am I the only one who thinks like the idea of whispers is really stupid? If the whispers change the events and the fate of the story, Can you really call it a remake? They should have renamed it to Reimagined, or worse, a fanfiction of the original game. Like seriously, has anybody ever thought of that? Not only that, Jesse and Biggs look like they died in a cutscene. But not according to the game ending cutscene. And can we talk about the Barrett and Shinra scene? Like, why didn't Barrett just let him go from the top of the building? Bro, no, we don't want to be killers, we don't want to be violent. Like, have you seen what you guys did for the whole game? Like, it doesn't discount your actions now, does it? And why did Barrett allow Shinra to take the gun instead of like knocking him out? And he just wants to lecture him for some reason. That's so annoying. Like, that's so stupid.
You're lying to yourself even now.
And he dies, and not even 10 minutes later, he's resurrected again by the Whispers. So what's the point of his death? I have no idea. The game fails to tell us that there are branches of Avalanche, like there's the pacifist ones, and then there's Barrett. I only found out from the episode intermission that there are different Avalanches, because I was like, these are not members of Avalanche. Why isn't Yuffie talking to Jesse, Wedge, or Biggs? Where were they in the main game? Never seen them before. It was only after Nayo said that Barrett and Tifa are the Splinter Cell group that takes a different approach to the main group. Why didn't the main story mention that? Or anything? Or use the side quest to tell us something about the world? Instead, it just wants us to go on a wild chase for cats, clean up monsters, and finding the identity of the angel of the slum for some reason. They could have used this time to dive deeper into Ares, Tifa, and Barrett, getting to know them on a deeper level, or like make us care for these characters, because I only feel surface level connections with the three main cast. Yuffie as a character is more interesting than Cloud, as she's quirky and has, you know, actual emotions and a personality. But I feel nothing for Sonos and his character death, because like he only appeared for one chapter. Although Alex Lee carried the character, but sadly the story just dunks on him. They could have told the story of Barry's relationship with Marlene, Tifa, or Clouds, you know, like a hangout or something. Avalanche politics. Why did Jessie get the most of the screen time and character development? Although I don't hate her or anything, they only give us a glimpse of Aerith's backstory. Like, I know this only covers the beginning of the game, but this is like a bad J.J. Abrams mystery box storytelling that does not make me want to play Rebirth or play any other Final Fantasy game, because it just leaves a sour taste at the end of all this. Again, this is coming from a new player's perspective. I never played the original. I only read the wiki to get some semblance of any context and understanding of what is actually going on in the story. And reading the wiki is more fun than this entire game, because you know, you actually know what's going on. I really regret buying this. I should have listened to my instincts when I played over at my friend's house that this game is not for me. But I gave it a second chance anyway, and it's still disappointing and underwhelming. It is the most polished, infuriating game I've ever played. And that's it. Thank you for watching, and as for the next video, I have no idea.